Welcome to Better Off Reds. I am Cortland,
And I'm Justin.
and we're going to try something a little different this year. We did our bold predictions kind of special last week, and we got a pretty good response from it. So we've kind of decided to take it upon ourselves to create some more video content. We're going to try to see what this week plays out to be, but our goal is to have 3 total videos for the week, starting from here on out, as long as we can manage it. So we're going to do this first one. The first one is going to be more of a series recap, and we're going to kind of give grades and talk about the latest series that the Reds have. In this case, it happens to be Atlanta Braves, former World Series champs from last year, and this series was split 2-2. So we kind of have a good bit of information to go off of, kind of ups and downs from everybody. But yeah, Justin, so what are your thoughts on this new idea we have here?
I love it. Yeah, we kind of talked about the success of the bold predictions video and how it was a much smaller piece of content to digest than our hour-long live shows. And we thought, well, let's break up some of this stuff and see if that makes it a little more appealing to the fans out there. And yeah, so I did want to talk about opening day, like the true opening day, like that happened last week.
Right.
If you like, I had so much hype going into that first game. I was like, it's baseball's back, let's go. And then like that first inning, I remember it just all kind of fell flat. But then like it went up, and like it was like I wish there was like a chart to like see my
Right.
happiness.
Like it was
level.
the Reds roller coaster, as we've
It
said
was.
on
That's what we
episodes
should call the
before.
show.
Yeah, the Reds roller coaster. That's
Yeah.
really not bad. Yeah, we kind of missed the mark on that one.
We did. I think we actually named an episode last year, Reds Roller Coaster, didn't we?
I think we did.
Because we talked about the ups and downs.
Yeah. But no, yeah, like it was really fun because I don't know if it was the lockout or like where it's kind of been the first real year since COVID that like baseball was like back, like
yeah, no stadium restrictions at the beginning.
Right.
It's just baseball's back.
Everybody, like, they were pushing it pretty hard marketing wise in terms of TV and everything. Like, so it
Rob
was
Manfred
really
got all the players' headphones.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But no, I agree with you. It was very good. And the first game, like you said, a lot of ups and downs, but I think more so in our favor. So why don't you go ahead and talk about that for a little bit?
Yeah, so the Reds did win game 1. The first game against the defending world champs with a score of 6-3 after a strong outing from Tyler Mahle and a huge home run from Brandon Drury. Nobody had Brandon Drury to be the first Red to hit a home run. One guy did on Twitter. One guy did. I don't remember what his name was, but I saw it being retweeted. Mahle went 5 innings with 7 strikeouts. I think he led or was in the top 5 for most swings and misses that night.
Nice.
And then the Reds did tally 10 hits, 10 hits from 7 different batters, which is nice to see that happen.
Right.
But like I said, Mahle went 5 innings, 7 strikeouts, no runs, 3 hits. Moretta did give up 2 runs, but he still managed to close down the inning. He didn't like let it all collapse and come crashing down on him. He finished that inning with 2 strikeouts, and then Tony Santian got the save, which is a little unusual. Now, there's a lot of talk. Would he be the rotation? Would he be a reliever? He was never like really in the closer talk, but that's kind of what happened. He closed the game out, I think, because he was already getting ready in the pen when Moretta kind of started to fall apart. But yeah, he closed it down and they won 6-3.
Yeah, is pretty great, to see World Series champs go down in the first game against especially us, who we don't really know what the season kind of entails for us. But if anybody watched, it was also great to see. Was that the game that Votto was being interviewed the whole time?
Mic'd up. Yeah, Votto was mic'd up. He's going to get a gold tooth and a tattoo.
It was so good. It was like what you want from baseball, because I was thinking that me and you were texting about it actually when that was all going on. Like, that's kind of the thing that baseball, in terms of like watching it from your house, lacks. Like, it can be boring watching a baseball game on TV, like, especially if it's a super tight knit game. It's just one of those things that added a little bit of flair to the whole process of it. And I hope they do it a lot more. I mean, it was really funny. It was really good too.
Same. I really loved it. I hope that I hope they keep doing that. I don't know. I don't know if Apple will do something on Friday or the Friday after. But yeah, we'll see.
So that was game one. Like we said, Reds take the series 6-3 starting off. So we go into game two and we fall to the Braves 6-7. Now it was not that close for pretty much the entire length of the game. But they were down 7-0 after 3 innings. It did not look good. San Martin, a rookie, one of our young guys, he was on the mound, gave up 5 runs. And then Jeff Hoffman, which we know Jeff Hoffman, he's been in and out for a while, he gave up 2 more. So that was within 3 innings. Doesn't look good. Kind of scares you to look at it when you were watching it in real time and like, crap, here we go again in terms of our bullpen struggles. But we kind of made a push to come back. But the good thing was the rest of the bullpen came in. They struck out 6 and gave up no additional runs after those 7 were given up. So
yeah, and the bullpen only gave up 2 total in that game. And
right.
I mean, they gave up 4 total in the first 2 games.
Right. So I mean, that really kind of made you feel a little bit better. So there was that to look forward to. But then, like we said, we kind of clawed our way back and we just fell short with 6 runs. And we had 3 of those runs actually in the 9th inning. So, but we end up falling game 2, 6-7. So what about game 3?
Yeah. So the Reds also lose game 3. One thing about the last game, the fact that they were down 7-0 and clawed back though just blows my mind because this isn't a team that we're used to seeing a lot of fight in them.
Right.
Especially when the bullpen or there's so many runs already given up. Man, they did. They made it exciting up until the end. They did lose game 3 though by a score of 2-1. So if you're keeping track at home, that is the Reds. Even in the games they're losing by 1 run each against the defending world champs and one of the best offenses in baseball. They did lose 2-1 though. Gutierrez gave up both runs in the first inning. So it wasn't like a problem all game. It was the first inning they tacked on 2 runs and that's all they needed.
Right.
The hitting wasn't that great, but the bullpen only gave up 2 hits and 3 strikeouts. Gutierrez finished with 4 strikeouts over 4 and a third inning. I have a clip here, not sure which one it is. It's the same one I just played. I bet this is the Hunter Green clip. Yeah, we'll talk about Hunter Green here in just a minute.
But no, yeah. So we're down 2-1 in the series now. We go into game 4. It's kind of one of those make or break games in terms of a fan watching. Like you're just like, at least if we can just split, like if we can just get 2 out of 4, I think it would chalk it up as a win coming home 2 out of 4 against the former World Series champs. And that's exactly what we did. We kind of cheered them to victory through the TVs and we split the series, and it was a big game 4 for a lot of reasons. But one of the biggest reasons was because of this guy right here, Hunter Green's MLB debut, the long awaited MLB debut for Hunter Green. He ends up pitching 5 innings, gives up 4 hits, 3 runs, 7 strikeouts, and 2 walks, which is great for his first time ever pitching in the majors. I'll take that all day long.
There was a statistic today that 47 pitches have been thrown at over 100 miles per hour, and he has 20 of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gee whiz. Yeah. They were sharing some article today. Somebody shared on Twitter. It's when he was being projected to be like the number 1 overall. They were calling him the LeBron James of baseball.
Yeah.
When he was 17, and he was throwing 102 then. So to have a guy, which we had Chapman before it was cool, so we know what speed looks like. But if we can have a guy that has speed and control, man, it'd be something to see. I would love to see him pitch in person. So
yeah.
But again, he gave up 7 Ks. Bullpen struck out another 3 and gave up no more runs in this game. The offense kind of turned it back on this game, and Stevenson had his first homer of the season, and Kyle Farmer also knocked in 2 other RBIs. So it was all around a great finish to the series. Started hot, finished hot. So I mean, kind of we're gonna have some growing pains, I feel, throughout. So I'm glad it kind of happened in the middle, and they were able to kind of get themselves back into it for the end of the series. But yeah, so Reds leave Atlanta coming home 2-2. So me and Justin are both in the education fields. So we figured we'd try to give some grades. And our grades are mainly going to be team-oriented grades. And then we'll have a couple individual player grades on the end of this. So, Justin, why don't you go ahead and do our first one?
All right. First one we're gonna do, as he said, we're gonna do series grades. First one we're gonna do is we're gonna give the bullpen a grade, and I am going to give the bullpen an A.
Yeah.
They crushed it.
Yeah.
Very few runs given up by the bullpen, quite a few strikeouts. It's been reliable, which is completely crazy to think that we're missing Lucas Sims.
Right.
We're missing TJ Antone, and it wasn't last year. So it's pretty good. I mean, we've had a few hiccups here and there, but nothing that's like, oh no, the wheels have fallen off like it did last year.
Right. I also, along with Justin, give the bullpen an A. I might have given them a lower grade here if it wasn't for Green's kind of great debut, because San Martin really scared me. I was like, holy crap, that's not good.
You're talking about the rotation.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
You're talking about the bullpen.
Sorry. we have a different grade for rotation. That's my bad.
Yeah, we do.
But no, bullpen. I agree. It was kind of one of those things, like you said, with Antone and Sims. No longer. It is weird to think we had guys, because even those guys we questioned last year.
Yeah,
they had great games, they had bad games, and we didn't really know what to think about them. But I feel a little bit more solid with the guys we have right now. Again, take all this with a grain of salt, small sample size,
very small.
But I'm happy.
One of the best offenses.
Right. So I mean, you can give it a little bit of credit, but yeah, I liked it, and no, give them an A for effort. Yeah. So what about next?
So this next one is a little surprising. Defense. So I'm actually going to give the defense a B. And you're wondering, after looking at this clip here, why not an A? Well, it's because Moustakas is still playing third base, and I don't know why. Yeah. Put anybody else there. I kind of hope that whenever Barrero comes back, I kind of hope Farmer can shift to third, because I do like Farmer's bat. But yeah, I just I do not want Moose to play third base. If he never started a game at third base this year, we might be talking about a grade of A, but he didn't. So I have to give him a B on that one.
Yeah. I'm almost right there with you. Justin thinks I might be trying to outdo him. I'm giving a B plus. The only reason I'm giving a B plus, I'm kind of in the same mindset. We do have some positions still that we have questions to be answered, but you showed the play of the throw out at home. That was awesome. But there was also another play in one of the games. I don't remember what one exactly. It was more just a heads up play where they had a runner try to run to third, and they came back and they didn't tag up. The ball was caught by Senzel in the outfield, and just a heads up defensive play to show where the team was. They ran the ball to third to try to tag him and get him out. It ended up getting overturned and everything, but it was a good heads up play. The defensive mindset was there, so I think they deserve that little extra plus mark on top of the B. So I give them a B plus. So what about rotation, Justin?
So I actually graded them higher than you. I graded the rotation a B, and the reason for that is Malley, Gutierrez, and Green all had amazing starts. 3 out of 4 ain't bad. San Martin had a pretty rough go. I think it was like his 4th major league appearance ever. So I'm not, and he had a great, his performances last year were great, the very small sample size that it was. But I'm not, I think the rotation's for the most part pretty solid, and we'll get Mike Minor back pretty soon. We'll get Castillo back pretty soon. Lodolo's playing in Cleveland this week, or he's playing in Cincinnati against Cleveland. So, I mean, I think the rotation's only going to go up from here, which is something I didn't think I would say a month ago when we let Miley, Gray, let them go and picked up, injured pitchers. So, but I do feel that way, oddly enough. And like we've said over and over again, it's one series. It's a very small sample size, but I'm feeling weirdly hopeful.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. I like you said, I grade them a little lower. So I give the rotation a C. And the only reason San Martin really did scare me. Green's start made me feel a lot better. But like you said, I kind of wanted to give it a middle ground grade because we have huge potential with the guys coming back that we will have coming back and seeing what Lodolo will be able to do. I mean, this could turn straight from a C to an A plus potentially in my mind. So I wanted to kind of hit it in the middle. I really liked what I saw, but I don't want to get too overzealous about the whole who we got. because I want to see those guys that we know are good, or at least we know that can be good, and see how they perform. Because if those dudes are doing what they do every time, then these other guys are just icing on the cake, and I'll be happy to give them an A. So as of right now, middle ground C, still passing, but still some questions. So yeah, what about hitting?
Yeah, I'm gonna give hitting a C. We're seeing a lot of. I know it'll come. It will come. Votto typically starts slow. We only have one season to base India off of, but he didn't really start this slow last year, so it's kind of odd. Stevenson's been on fire, but Tommy Pham, I mean, put me in, coach. I mean, I could do the same thing Tommy Pham's doing right now. But just it's been very hit and miss, literally.
Yes.
So it's a C for now. I think it's one of the things that will go up as the season progresses. As Votto gets hot and India gets it, and Farmer's been great so far. Stevenson's been great, but it just needs a little bit more.
Right. Yeah, I'm exactly right there with you. I also give the hitting a C through this first series. So, like you said, India to start the way he's starting, it's a little cold right now. Again, 4 games, we could really turn this around quickly. But if you go and check out the stats for our people that have batted over 10 at bats, it is not good. We have, I believe, maybe 3 people over 250. The rest are not even close. India's close to 250, which I think he should be much higher, but I'd be okay if he was 250 after the first series, but he's not. The other ones, there's a lot. We'll get into this a little bit when we give our player grades, but 10 at bats or more, they kind of suck right now. So it's more of an optimistic C. If this happens and we're halfway through the season and the batting continues to be like this, then this grade's going to continue to go down. But again, we can turn it around because it's only been 4 games. So I'm not really more optimistic than pessimistic at the moment. So C for hitting.
Yeah. So now we're going to do some player grades. I think you and I both kind of took this approach differently. I chose 1 batter, 1 fielder, and 1 pitcher. Is that what you did?
Yes, I did. We kind of did the same.
Kind of. Although you have a major typo in here. That would have been funny. I should have left it. I got it. So do you want to go first with your player grades?
Yeah, nice save on that, by the way.
No problem.
I'm not going to tell what it is. That was a good one.
You'll be laughed off the show.
All right. So like Justin said, we kind of set this up the same. Didn't mean to, but it kind of happened that way. I got a batter, a fielder, and a pitcher. So my batter for the week, Kyle Farmer. He gets an A. He's hitting 357 average at the moment, which is the best on the team. He's also knocked in 4 runs with the average, which is also tied with Tyler Stevenson as the first on the team at the moment. I personally, like Justin said, we might move him around, but depending on what we decide to do, I think Farmer's got to stay in the lineup.
I think he does too. He had a hot bat last year, and he has one still.
Right. So if Barrio comes back and there's questions, Farmer's got my vote until we can put Barrio somewhere to prove that he's worth giving a shot. Also want to give a shout.
What's his name?
Barrio. Barrero. Same thing.
Sorry.
Same thing. Golly. But I want to give a shout out to Rich Miner on YouTube because he also agreed with me. He commented on the video and said that he completely believes in Kyle Farmer and wants him to succeed highly. And I'm right there with him. I really think that he's deserving of everything he's doing right now. So whatever we do with him, keep him on the field. It'd be cool to see him at third. But at the same time, I don't care where he's at as long as he's doing what he's doing. So moving on to my fielder, Nick Senzel. I give him a C.
Blows my mind.
Give him a C. He's playing defensively very well. Okay. But when I watch him play defense, there are times that he makes plays and it scares me to death. It's not that he's clumsy, but sometimes the way that he goes for a ball or slides to get a ball, I'm like, dude, he's going to snap his leg in half. Like, he's not graceful when it comes to sliding. He's not graceful when it comes to laying out for a ball. He just like goes straight up and then just smacks the ground. And where he is so injury prone, I'm afraid he's going to get hurt again. And not only that, his batting average right now, he's 2 for 14. He's one of those guys I said that's over 10 in batting attempts. But his batting average is 143 over the series. And I have in all caps. Yikes. So he is making some good defensive plays, but that's not enough for me to watch him make them and get scared that he's going to get hurt. And two, the bat's not there right now. He's got to pick up the bat for me to be more optimistic in his grade. So I'll move on from that. We'll see how that goes. I hope it's better. But my pitcher, Justin, say this guy's first name for me.
I think it's Reaver. I don't know.
Okay, whatever.
I think I had this particular game on mute too, so I didn't hear it.
Right. So San Martin, he started this week. He's getting an F minus.
Oh, minus! I forgot to put the minus on the ticker down there.
He's getting an F minus. So, and all I can say again in all caps, yikes! He pitched 2.1 innings, gave up 4 runs, 5 walks, and only had 2 strikeouts. He's currently, and again, small sample size, might be able to work it out. He's currently sitting at an ERA of 19.29. I hope he can turn it around. Again, small sample size, but also again in all caps, yikes! I don't know what is going to happen.
He was just so frustrating to watch because he just wouldn't throw it in the strike zone, and the ump's like, "Dude, I can see like you're not throwing it in the strike zone."
Right.
So frustrating.
Well, I will say, let me add this little note real quick. The whole series, if you watch the games, the strike zones were all over the place.
They were.
I mean, every game, there was not a consistent strike zone. I'm not normally one to get on the umps, but it was crazy. Like there was some pitches, and I saw stuff on Twitter too. They were talking about the series too. Like there was a pitch like straight down right in the corner, curveball, just perfect placement, and it was not called a strike. And they put another one that was up top outside, and they called a strike. And it was bad. So
consistent.
That might be part of San Martin's issue, but again, he also gave up a lot of runs. So, but we'll see. So yeah, there's my grades. How about you?
So my fielder is going to be Nick Senzone. I give him an A. He had the goal of winning a Gold Glove, and I mean, he already has like 3 or 4 highlight plays on the season. And yeah, I'm worried every time he hits that wall or the ground, but so far he's been okay. So for now, he has an A. I'm giving Tommy Pham an F.
Yeah,
he just looks lost. He looks lost. He hasn't recorded a hit in 17 plate appearances. And I know that we're only 1 season in to his revenge tour, as he called it, but
not very revengeful.
Who he's getting revenge against right now, the Reds payroll.
Right.
And then finally, I give Tony Santian an A as well. In 2.1 innings pitched, he's allowed no runs, only 1 hit, no walks, and has a K per 9 of 11.57.
Nice.
He didn't do so hot as a starter last year. I kind of think the bullpen, it's like a middle reliever, is probably where he needs to be, and I think it's going to really pay off well for the Reds.
Justin's pretty generous with those grades, if you ask me.
I am. Yeah. Well, that's it for the series recap against the Braves. Check back here tomorrow for our series preview as the Reds take on the Guardians at home. Cortland, anything you want to add?
Not to be confused with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
No.
Trademark Disney. We don't know the rights to that name, so don't sue us. But yeah, I'm excited. Baseball's back in Ohio, and it's an Ohio versus Ohio team, the battle for Ohio to start it out. So I'm kind of excited for that.
Yep. So check back tomorrow, round 10.
Yep. Thank you.
Right. Thanks. Bye.